And now, let's see what happens after rook e1. White is trying to prevent knight e5. And here we can simply play e6, bishop e7, but it would be kind of passive and will allow white to play d3 or d4, trading this pawn and opening the files for bishop on c1. Do I have a chance to restrict white from playing that moves? Of course we have. We can play rook d8, but why not long castle? Excellent move in my opinion. You know, there is such a thing about exactly long castles, cause usually d5 is being opened much more often than the f file. So whenever we castle long, we're at the same time bringing our rook into the game. And the price for it, our king is a little bit closer to the center, so it makes more danger for us. Making long castle, we don't allow white to develop pieces, so nothing left but to play b3 here. That's right. And here it's not simple to react, because if we take on b3, white can take and a file would be dangerously open for the black. So we should go for something creative. Queen f6, excellent move. We're trying to make a weakness on our opponent's king side. And now, if white plays bishop e4, we are able to play knight e5. And bishop b7 is not possible because we just take, and after rook e5 we take queen e5. So, white has to play knight a3 and is kind of not scared if we take right now on f3, because we will have some problems because of two bishops, and our knight on b6 would be a little out of a game because we will not manage to take on b3 and play knight d5 at that position. But we're here, we have a nice trick playing knight d5 right now, bringing it closer to the king side, and white is not able to take on c4 because after knight c4, knight c3 and queen on d1 is trapped. So that's the reason white has to play here bishop b2, which changed the picture a lot. Right now we take on f3, and after takes, we take some b3, and we play just e6. So here is an endgame, not a very simple one because white has two bishops, but at the same time we have excellent out spot in the center. f4 would be a super square for our knight, and white has many weak pawns. But it's not only about the weak pawns on the king side, also the queen side pawns are kind of stuck. It's not very simple to promote any of those pawns. For example, if white plays somewhere c4 trying to open a bishop on b2, we will gain two excellent squares, b4 and the d4. If somewhere white is playing d4, c3 pawn would be weak, and if somewhere white promotes it, like after some king b8 plays c4 somewhere, the d4 pawn will start being weak. So d4 is not good, c4 is not good. What about b4? After b4, it looks like every pawn that will be moved will create a huge weakness. For example, if white plays d4, c3 will be weak. Playing c4 will leave b4 on without any defense. And if white plays here b5, which is more logical, we just play knight f5, so now c4 would be our square, because after c4 we can take on a3. And that's the reason, so this endgame is at least fine for black, but I would prefer playing black, because jumping knights in the center and good spots can give us some advantage. So let's go back and see what happens if instead of rook e1, white is playing h3.